friends. Welcome to your mid-month October reading for Leo. Cards. Yeah. Hello, Leos. Hello, cross-watchers. Hello, anyone who thinks they may enjoy this message. We'll start here on YouTube with a basic message, very similar to the normal daily messages that I pull. And then I'll do an extended over on Patreon. So, whether or not you follow over there, thank you so much for being here for this one. I really appreciate you. Got the Devil in reverse and one other card already out. Let's see. There we go. There's a third. Fell on the ground, so let me go ahead and pick it up. I'll be right back. There was another sign, I think it might have been Pisces, where I started out the reading talking about how sometimes us as readers, it almost feels like the cards we pull and the message we have is like calling you out. And I don't mean any of this in a bad way. It's just sometimes we need to be confronted with the things that we're doing, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. We have the Fool in reverse, the Devil also in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse. A lot of reversals. And really that's kind of been for the collective all around. So might just be something in the air, right? Whenever I see like all of these reversals, I get this feeling of like topsy-turvy kind of thing. But anyways, let's dive in. The Fool in reverse to me is like it brings the definition of a fool more so than even in the upright. Because, I mean, it could run the gambit from just being foolish in the way that you're doing things to complete recklessness. So it's a whole scale, but you could be anywhere on that, whether, you know, maybe you're being a little bit naive. Maybe I don't feel like you're just that kind of person where you are naive or foolish or reckless, but certainly right now in the things that you've been doing, that's who you've been. So I'll be interested to see in the extended where that goes. But for right now, it's like you need to get your head on straight. You need to think things through a little bit more. The Devil in reverse, you know, the devil can be a lot of different things, but in reverse, it's kind of like reclaiming your power, breaking free from these chains that have kind of been binding you to maybe your bad habits or from a bad relationship. And in that freedom, sometimes we do kind of overcorrect and start doing things that either we weren't allowed to or just couldn't make happen before when we had those kind of bindings. So, I mean, that could be a partial explanation, but either way, there is this newfound sense of freedom. So, I mean, as you can see in this reading, it's not like it's all bad and doom and gloom and I don't ever want to be that person. That's something that is really good, and maybe you can be celebrating that. But again, keep your head on through it and don't overcorrect. When we're held back sometimes and we find our freedom, we do have a tendency to overcorrect and kind of go to that other extreme and go a little crazy. I'm seeing that. So the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is kind of a cool knight, but I mean, in the In the reverse, his cup, yeah, that mirror effect, it gets me. In the reverse, his cup is upside down, so it's empty. It's more of those negative emotions coming in. The big one that I'm feeling is jealousy. So this is kind of a discombobulated story to me. Again, I can't wait to get into the clarifiers because it'll kind of pull those pieces together. If this reading is for you, it'll make sense anyways right now. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. For me, the reader, I'm a little bit thrown off. I'm feeling the messages coming through and I'm giving them to you, but I'm excited to see the story come together. So the Knight of Cups, sometimes he just needs to like take a beat, like step back for a second and see where his feelings are coming from. I'm not saying they're not valid. We feel things like jealousy for a reason, right? But they're not helpful emotions. So you got to kind of dig a little bit and see what's underneath that. A lot of times when we feel jealousy, we're missing the person that we're being jealous with. Or, you know, if we're jealous of another person being in a relationship with the one that we want, we're envious. We want that relationship, right? And it's something that we can't have. So dig a little bit deeper on that and try to address your own emotions here. I'm not seeing that you're a real emotional person, so that might be a big ask. But that jealousy, man, it'll drown you. It's not helpful. So check that out. We're going to go ahead and move to an oracle card. I'm using the Oracle of E deck. Very straight to the point on the messages. And yeah, I really enjoy it. We got musing right along. Yep. So regardless of what's going on, regardless of the feelings that you have, there is, within this freedom, within this journey, within all of these feelings, you have new things that you're coming towards. And that's really exciting. It's yelling at me about the word muse. And it's not a word that's used very often nowadays, but if you have a person as a muse, they inspire you, and you know, you might want to be around them all the time, or they might lead you to create things that maybe you haven't before, or you just haven't in a really long time. So maybe connect with your more creative side. That might be helpful, especially in processing some of these emotions and helping you to kind of think through things before you do them. In our creativity, sometimes it creates a little pause just by default, where we do think things through, and yeah, it's kind of a magical space. So maybe that's you. I also get this vision of someone just walking down the street, having a good time, enjoying themselves, just kind of being alive. And that's really more of this energy here. And really, I mean, the more that you can be in that energy and just feel the happiness of the freedom that you're enjoying, that will serve you well. Okay, I'm going to leave that here. I'm, again, excited to see the extended, so let's go ahead and get into that. That'll be over on Patreon. If you don't follow us over, that's totally cool too. I hope that this was helpful, even just one little nugget. And I look forward to potentially reading for you again. Love ya. Bye.